The next one, I'm going with another road team, Mike. You got the Cowboys and Redskins, man. What a classic.
Back-to-back division games.
I like it. I like it coming right out of the gate. Let's see what you got. So.
The Cowboys definitely proved that they are dominant on national TV.
Well, for that game,
they actually had the highest viewership of that game.
Yeah, it was the highest rated game of the week.
Yes, in all the games, including the Monday night games, including the Sunday night game. Everyone tuned in to watch the Cowboys and against the Giants.
Well, biggest media market, New York. But this one is going to be, this one's got some interesting storylines. Geis is already out with a knee injury. So now you got Adrian Peterson as a starting running back who you didn't even activate last week. So now hey, Adrian, can you come and save us? But he's the ageless wonder. They played the Eagles tough. That first half, they come out and got on them.
Case Keenum did.
They were not intimidated at all. And they were playing in Philly too.
Mm-hmm.
They traveled. They went up there and they come out and punched them right in the mouth right off the bat. Got up 17-0, right?
Yes, and then
faded,
but that's another day. That's a previous show we've done, guys. So check us out there.
Cowboys. I don't think you're going to see them come out there and just score at will again. Rivalry game. You remember now this Redskins team was in first place in the NFC East last year until Smith went down with that injury.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys, they got a little something. They will.
But this week you'll probably get more reps out of Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah. You think Ezekiel, and this, it's not going to be any easier to run the ball against that front seven of Washington. There is full of premium draft picks up there. Kerrigan and Payne and Hand and all these boys, those are top flight. And then now, with which one of them just went out? Was it Payne got hurt? And you got Sweat coming in, first round pick. Kid I really liked coming out of Mississippi. I watched him. He might not have all the moves, but he puts forth the effort. So you still got Josh Norman in that secondary back there. That's a matchup nightmare, but the Cowboys seem to have a pretty formidable receiving core, even though Tavon Austin's going to be out with the concussion symptoms. But when you got Amari Cooper, you got Michael Gallup, and Randall Cobb, and then you got the venerable Jason Witten.
Oh yeah,
down on the goal line. Blake Jarwin,
and then you also got Prescott.
Perfect game, man.
Yeah.
Think about that. Perfect quarterback rating. When you and I live here and, we listen to talk radio and you hear all the fans talking, Dak's not worth that. He can't pass, he can't throw the long ball. He's not accurate. Well, man, that went a long way to putting to rest some of those myths right there. But That Kellen Moore offense, guys were running wide open, man.
Mm-hmm.
They just schemed these guys, linebackers trying to cover receivers. Just what they did, man, was like I said, are they going to be able to do that every week?
You hope so, but
no. Reality says no. And like I said, these two teams, they know each other. As far as personnel, they know each other's personnel. These offensive linemen went up against these defensive linemen for years now. So
what are you saying? What would you, if you had to predict the score for them?
28-21 Cowboys. Because, like I said, I just don't think they're just going to come out there. And the fact that the Giants put up 500 yards on those guys, there was a lot of defensive starters out there when the Giants were running up and down the field.
And that definitely was probably addressed over and over and over. I'm saying Cowboys 34-24. Somewhat of a close game, but
man, I'm looking at them. I don't know who's going to get outside of Tank Lawrence if he doesn't get the sacks because Crawford. I don't know if he's going to be able to exploit Penn over there at the left tackle. Dorrance Armstrong certainly didn't. He didn't register any sacks. Hopefully, you might can see the one technique, not Woods, but the Collins. See if he can get some one-on-one battles, get some push up the middle. But yeah, I like the Cowboys on this one right here. But like I said, they're giving up that almost 500 yards of offense to the Giants, who's that one right there is kind of unnerving. Then the next one up, we got our first of the 3:00 games. Chiefs at Raiders.
I gotta think about this. This one is tough because the Chiefs dominated against Jacksonville, but granted, Jacksonville lost their quarterback. Oakland just beat the Broncos. Monday night game. It's a short week to come back from a win. But, every game, they only have 5 games left in Oakland.
Yeah.
So
everyone's a precious commodity.
Yes. And so I'm going to say the Raiders to beat them just because of what they did to what the Raiders did to the Broncos was their defense just was putting Flacco under pressure. Their running game, they squashed the running game. I mean, they gave up 1 touchdown late in the game, and that was the only issue they really had, because every time they got into third down, they made the Broncos eventually punt because they knocked them out of field goal range. Not throughout that happened every time. And every time they converted on third down against the Broncos. Mm-hmm. I mean, I watched this game from beginning to end, and I like the Chiefs. I mean, don't get me wrong. Great quarterback, great coach.
Great coach.
But I just see the Raiders pulling out the win at home for the fans, for the team, going 2-0. Convince me on that. I might be wrong.
Okay. Let me see what I can do to convince you that. How about the quarterback for the Chiefs?
Minor detail.
Minor detail, yeah.
But we have Derek Carr.
Yeah. I could see a point, because I don't think that the Chiefs defense is that good. I mean, they're beleaguered.
No.
They can't come out there with that defense they had last week. That was bad.
That was pathetic.
Yeah, and the Raiders, if the Raiders can come out there and exploit that, run the ball, keep the quarterback on that sideline over watching them, that'll go a long way, man. If you can come out and run the ball, that.
But see, in the past, that's been the Chiefs' issue.
Since Andy Reid's got there, it's been about
they depend
offense.
on the offense way too much than what a normal team should do. The defense should stand up and shut them down. And every week they give out the big points. Every game, you did it last year. You lost to the Steelers. You lost to the Patriots the same way.
Yep.
I mean,
but if Pat Mahomes comes up there and goes, 31 of 38 for 400 yards and gets in a scoring match, I just don't think Derek Carr and them can keep up. It turns into a shootout.
But,
if they come and run the ball and keep him on the sidelines, but that's the last guy you want to get in a shooting match with is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, because that guy is, like I said, last week, he tried to get a little too cute on some stuff, okay, he's been reading his headlines and he's been on the banquet circuit.
But, I mean, week 1 is always a trial by error on both. But I really don't see what I saw Monday and what I for the Raiders. And you know me, I'm not a Raider fan.
If you're an AFC West fan, of any of the other teams, you're not going to like the Raiders.
No, and I got respect for the Raiders for what they did to the Broncos, and just the fans. If you saw the fans out there in the black hole just giving John Gruden hugs after the game, and
those fans ain't going to be on the field though.
No,
they're not going to be out there trying to stop Patrick Mahomes. So I see where you're coming from. It is a home game. Travel's not going to be that big a deal.
No.
Good climate. 3:00, beautiful sun. Just everything perfect.
The only negative is you still got to play on that baseball field.
Yeah, a little dust out there.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun. They do it every year, so it'll be fun to see. I'm looking for 35 points at least out of the Chiefs, and I just don't know if the Raiders can keep up.
38-35 Raiders.
Wow.
In overtime.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot of that's 70 points,
Yeah, but then you can have some more work on the next week. But
well, it'll be fun. So it'll be fun to check in next week and see how we did on these two picks here. The next game I got up here is a much anticipated rematch. This time the Saints traveling out to Los Angeles to play the Rams.
This game, I really wish this was in New Orleans. Because
everybody does.
Because that Monday night game, the fans are wearing referee uniforms.
Yeah,
I mean, they do not. They're not the. I mean, the outcome is what it is. But it's going to be a good, high-scoring game.
I've been going back and forth on this one, man. Have you got a pick yet?
I'm saying the Saints.
Are you really?
Saints with revenge from what happened in the playoffs, be able to go on the road and to knock them out, saying, "See, we should have been there. Would have, should have, could have." But this is a new season, and the outcome is you're 2-0.
Wow.
And the Rams are 1-1, and I just don't the way the Drew Brees was playing to come down and orchestrate a great comeback to beat the Houston Texans at home opener. And I know
I'm going to go ahead and go with the Rams on this one, man.
Okay.
I think Goff's playing good. I mean, they jumped out real quick. I still like Gurley. I still like some of the offensive line they got there. Cooper Kupp is back, so that's going to be a hard guy for the Saints DBs to deal with. He was injured last year, so they didn't get to see him in the later part of the year. So
just to be in that environment,
but it's a home game.
It's a home game, but
huge crowd probably. I'm going with the Rams. I think the Rams will be better on defense than those boys. I still like the Rams cornerbacks. Keeb Talib and Peters. I think they're going to be maybe enough to slow down the formidable passing attack that the Saints have. And Aaron Donald, I still don't think they have anybody there that can block him. I mean, most people don't. So I'm going with the Rams. The running game, I don't think that the Saints can use Kamara enough in the running game. I think you have to limit his carries, running the ball. So, and you don't have to limit the carries on Todd Gurley. So I would. I'm going to go with the Rams on this. I think it's going to be.
Do you have a score outcome?
I think both teams will score in the 30s, but I just think
overtime.
Nah, I think the Rams will take care of business. Like I said, I think the corners, Breeze will not like getting pressure up the middle, and that's where Aaron Donald is, and he's going to be coming, and I'm going to go with them. I think they have enough offensive weapons, and I think their cornerbacks are enough to stop this. Well, not stop it, but slow it down, because I think this will be a shootout.
Oh, it'll definitely be a shootout, and I'm not picking the veteran quarterback to lead the way.
Yeah, but this is what, fourth year now for the quarterback for the Rams. So I'm